What if the next global crisis doesn't start on Earth, but above it? Tonight, U.S. Space Forces officials are warning about something called Day Zero, a scenario where a nuclear anti-satellite weapon detonates in orbit, instantly disabling critical systems, not just military assets, but civilian infrastructure, GPS, banking, communications, gone or degraded in minutes. This isn't science fiction. This is a warning being discussed right now. The concern centers on a Russian nuclear ASAT capability. Unlike conventional weapons, this wouldn't just target one satellite. It could damage entire orbital regions. The result? A cascade of debris, radiation that makes space unusable. Experts call it orbital denial. Once triggered, it doesn't just stop one nation. It impacts every country that relies on satellites, which is all of them. Think about how much of your daily life depends on space. GPS directions, weather forecasting, emergency response systems, even financial transactions rely on satellite timing. Remove that layer and suddenly systems begin to fail. Not instantly, everywhere, but in waves. Confusion first, then disruption, then real-world consequences. And here's the bigger issue. Space isn't easy to clean up. If a nuclear device created widespread debris, those fragments can stay in orbit for years, even decades. That's called the Kessler syndrome, where collisions create more debris, which creates more collisions, a chain reaction that could lock humanity out of parts of space entirely. If you want clear breakdowns like this, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. So why now? Why is this being talked about? Tensions between major powers are rising, not just on land or sea, but in orbit. Satellites are strategic assets. Whoever controls space controls communication, intelligence, and coordination on Earth. That makes them targets in many more future conflict scenarios. A nuclear anti-satellite weapon isn't just a weapon, it's a message. It says, if we can't use space, neither can you. Yeah, it's my ball. I'm going to take my ball and go home now. That's escalation at a completely different level, because once it happens, there's no easy reset. You don't just launch replacements into contaminated orbital environments. Now here's where it gets real. Imagine planes losing navigation backup systems, ships rerouting without precise positioning, energy emergency services operating with delayed or degraded data. Even your phone could struggle to sync correctly. The modern world runs on invisible timing signals from space, and most people never think about it. Governments are watching this closely, but the public concern is still catching up because space feels distant until it isn't. Until something breaks, and when it does, the effects aren't isolated. They cascade across systems we rely on every single day. The question isn't just whether this could happen. It's whether we're prepared if it does. Do we have backups, redundant systems, ground-based alternatives? Some exist, but not all the scale needed to fully replace satellite infrastructure overnight. That gap is where risk lies. So this is your early warning. Not panic, but awareness, because the next frontier of conflict may not look like anything we've seen before. It may be silent, invisible, and felt everywhere at once. This is Scott for 2028. Because the future isn't optional, I'll see you next time.